Hi everyone, I hope you are doing well. I am going to show you a recipe, so this is something I've completely made up, I didn't find anywhere. It's kind of something that Wally started doing, but I'm going to use some essential oils instead of all of my herbs because some of my herbs don't have a lot of flavor. Alright, so you're going to see this is a nice, quick, easy meal and it's really tasty. We're changing up the recipe a little bit because we're doing chicken instead of like Italian sausage because that's what we have. Alright, so I have my water boiling and I have my hot pan. The best way to tell is I can feel the heat, and I've got some olive oil there, about a tablespoon of olive oil. I'm going to add, I have 1 onion that's chopped and I believe 4 to 5 garlic cloves. So I dice those, you can mix them, yep, a little warm. Alright. Give this a stir, make sure everything gets kind of caramelized, that's the goal. Let's turn the heat down just a little. It's a little faster than I wanted. But it's caramelizing, which is good. I'm going to add a little bit of agave just to cut the sweetness of the tomato that we're going to put in and to help caramelize the onion a little bit more to give it that sweet flavor. So it doesn't call for a lot. I probably put about a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half. I'll put that in and stir that around. As you can see, the onions are kind of changing some colors there. They're caramelizing. And I turned down the heat so it's not cooking it as fast. Alright, next I'm going to add my gluten-free organic macaroni. So it's made with red and white quinoa, and I got it from Costco. So this is really nice because it's a big bag and it was pretty inexpensive and it fits in our budget. And it actually tastes really good. So if you're gluten-free or if you have any other pasta, you can do that. I'm going to add it into my boiling. I'm not measuring out because I eye it usually. If we don't finish the pasta, I usually put a little coconut oil on it and some seasonings and have that kind of like as a butter noodle. So I will use it if it's a little too much. And looks like I could do a little bit more, so I will. You can see. So they say to cook them for, oh dear, about 2 minutes. It'll start softening, and then you'll stir it and cook for another 2 minutes, but I'm going to stir it before just to get the salt that I put in. I put about half a teaspoon of salt in there to help with the sticking, and I've noticed that really does make a difference with gluten-free pastas and any pasta in general. Alright, so letting that go. Turning this up a little bit more, back to medium. As you can see, it's kind of caramelized, they've softened. There we go. So while this is still caramelizing, because it looks like it's got a little bit more, I turned it back up, comes down a little low. Chicken wise, I'm using leftover like a chicken that I made, a whole chicken. So you could get one at the store, and if you have leftover chicken, you could use that. You can do Italian sausage, you could do ground beef. Options are limitless with this recipe. So we had leftover whole chicken that I had roasted in the oven the other night, and we're kind of tired of just eating chicken. So I wanted to spice it up a little bit and make something that's a comforting meal for kind of cloudy, rainy day. Actually, I don't know if it's rain, but at least it's cloudy. Alright, these look pretty good. Almost where I want them. So like I said, I'm just using leftover chicken that I have. I may or may not use all of it. I think it's about a cup to a cup and a half of chicken meat that I have here that I took off. And then I don't throw my bones away from my chicken. I make a bone broth. And if you are interested in that, let me know and I'll make a video of that. And it's just really easy, simple, and really healthy, and I always then have chicken broth on hand, so I like that. Alright, turn this down a little bit. I need to stir it. So it's already softening. You can kind of see they've enlarged. So this is really quick, which I like with the quinoa noodles. Alright. So a couple more minutes. Since this is close, I'm going to add in a can of organic diced tomatoes from Costco. You can use any diced tomatoes. If you have some in the freezer of your own or your own fresh canned, that would work. Great. Making sure I get all my juice out of that. I'm going to turn this up a little bit more because this burner seems to be a little slower. So I'm going to stir this together. And I want a little more sauce, so I'm going to add some organic tomato paste. I'm going to do the whole can. Making a mess everywhere already. I'm going to add a little bit of water. So usually when I'm making like a pasta sauce or a marinara, I add a whole 2 cans of organic water. So I'll just reuse this. Right now I'm doing half a can of water and I'll stir it around. Try to get that off. Stir it around, start with a half because I want this to not be super saucy. I really just want it for the flavors. It actually smells good already and I don't have all my seasonings in. My pasta here. Alright, that looks like it is done, so I need to take it off the heat and rinse it with cold water because that's exactly what the instructions said to do. So it doesn't keep cooking. Alright. Rinse. Cold water. And this way I can feel if there's still some really warm. But there's a few, not much. This way they really get cold. Alright. Come back over here, check on this, which is bubbling, which is perfect because it's reducing some of the water. It's adding some flavors. Alright, this is the point I'm going to add some seasonings and then I'll add in my chicken. So, first thing I'm adding in is some parsley. I get this from work. So I fill with some fresh parsley, and I'm doing about a teaspoon. This is how I usually cook. I don't always have measuring utensils out. I used to be adamant about always doing measurement, but now I kind of eye it and go by the smell. Next, I'm going to add some marjoram. I have essential oil for this, but I wanted to use some of the fresh stuff I have from work because I like seeing the herbs. It's just something I like to see in my sauces as well. So I'm going to add about half a teaspoon because I know it's fresh and tasty. It's going to have some good flavor. I'm going to add a little bit more, so probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon. Probably about a teaspoon. All right. Down a little. Stir that in. All right, I am going to add a little bit of basil. This doesn't have a lot of flavor, so I'm going to add some basil essential oil. And I'm going to add a little bit of this just because I like to see the spices. And that's about half. And then I'm going to add some basil essential oil, black pepper, oregano, and thyme. All right. So thyme, I'm going to do 1 drop. That's my goal. I don't have any of this fresh, so I'm doing the oil. Okay, I got 1. Oregano, I'm going to do 1 drop. Make sure it's in there, yep, just slow. 1. Oregano, thyme, all of these are great for immune support. Basil is great for waking you up, but it's also good for immune. I like cooking with it, so I'm going to do 2. Smell that. Black pepper. I'm going to stick my toothpick in and do at least 2 toothpick worth. So I've got some oil on there. And I'm going to just kind of stir it in the sauce. I'm going to flip it over, do it again. Or if you want to get a new toothpick, you can. I'm going to add that because this is a very strong one. And I like to still add my fresh ground black pepper. All right. So those are the essential oils I have. Now I'm going to add some salt to help with the acidity, and plus salt just brings out a lot of good flavors, especially with tomato, and binds it all. So I'm going to do a few spins. I would say if you're measuring it out, do about half a teaspoon. Okay, and I'm going to do some fresh ground black pepper. And I'm doing this more for sight than flavor because I've already got the oil in there. So that's probably about 1/4 teaspoon. The next thing I'm going to do has some of these in it, but it's also got some other seasonings like cumin, and I didn't put any of that, or red and green bell peppers and rosemary. So I love this Tuscany from work. It's really tasty, but I'm going to add it for those benefits, and it's not going to be a lot of it because a little bit of it goes a very, very long way. So probably about 1/4 teaspoon, as you can see. It smells great. All right, we're going to stir it around. now I'm gonna add in my chicken. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. And my chicken's already cooked, so all I'm doing is really warming and letting the flavors infuse into the meat. All right, just gonna put some in, stir it, see where I'm at. I will actually use all of it because I think Wally will like a lot of meat in it, and I like meat, but I don't have as much as I thought I did. So add that in, and I'm going to stir it around. Let it get those flavors. Smells good. I am excited to try it. I'm going to let this warm up a little bit. Probably break down a little bit of the chicken here. Add some big pieces. And if you wanted a little bit more watery, you could add a little more water if you want. You could add some tomato sauce if you want to do tomato sauce. But I kind of like the depth of flavor I get when it's like this and not as runny. And it tends to stick a little bit more to the noodles. Alright. Let me know if you guys have a favorite pasta dish that you like to cook with. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to hear your comments. And yeah, be sure to keep following us on Facebook on the Essential Life page, or like us and share. And be sure to check out our YouTube videos as well. It's been fun cooking for you guys and showing you our amazing dishes. And I have some salad that we can do. So we're gonna do some salad that's already made. It's leftover from dinner last night. So that's really nice. This is a nice, easy Saturday night dinner for us. It'd be a great weeknight, easy dinner for you as well. So if you're looking for something in a pinch and you've got some of these items, this is a nice, quick, tasty meal that everyone will love. All right, I'm going to try the sauce and let you know, because I know this chicken's got a little bit to go. And then I'll dish some of this up. All right, got some onion on there. Ooh, it was really good. Still got the tomato. It's got a little bit of sweet, so it's not too tomatoey. And then it's got some of the flavors, and I can tell those flavors are really gonna develop as it cooks a little bit more too. Right, I'm gonna grab my bowls. I'll be right back over there. So we turn the heat up so that I can get it simmering a little bit more. So I get all that chicken in cooked, rewarmed basically. And then it'll also reduce some of the sauce. And like I said, you can always add more water to it if you need to, if you don't like that. Usually when I make a marinara sauce, I let it kind of sit and get the flavors over about an hour period of time. sometimes when I'm in a hurry, I don't. And that's when the oils are nice because the flavors are really strong right away. But when I just do my herbs, I definitely do at least an hour of letting it simmer before I add any meat or before we're gonna eat. In this case, this is a nice one because it's got those flavors quickly when you want them. All right, it's definitely looking good. I'm gonna test one of these pieces of chicken. Make sure it's cooked all the way through. Oh, it's really good. Very, very tasty. I may be licking my bowl. It's that good. All right, so it's definitely ready. I'm gonna turn it off. We're gonna scoop it up. Now, if you do cheese, you could add a little Parmesan on top. That would be really good. You could do this as like a casserole dish, this same sauce. So you could do a little bit on the bottom of your pan, put some of the noodles, and then put in, make sure they're cooked, and then put in the rest of the sauce over the top, sprinkle with cheese. That would be really tasty. However, I don't do cheese. I don't do any dairy. So this is the way we go, and I love the flavors I have anyway. But melted cheese, that is my weakness. That would be delicious with this. Alrighty. So I'll take one bite here for you and show you how good this tastes. Can you guys see that? The steam. Stir it around. Alright, I like everything covered, so every bite is full of sauce and flavor. Alrighty, here we go. A little chicken and noodles. It's gonna be warm. This is delicious. Oh my goodness. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go enjoy some dinner because this is good and I am going to be licking my bowl. I can guarantee that. Be sure to, again, like us on the Essential Life LLC Facebook page and YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Be sure to copy or share with friends. Be sure to comment and let me know what other videos or recipes you'd like to see. All right, I look forward to seeing you guys again and have a wonderful day. Bye.